Magandang araw, ako nga pala si Socially Awkward VA at let me be honest with you. If you're a beginner VA right now, you are also competing with hundreds of beginner VAs at the same time. So meron kayong same skill level, same tools, same messages na sinisend nyo sa client, especially if it's generated by ChatGPT. So yung mga messages or cover letters na sinisend nyo is almost the same then. So now the question is, why would a client choose you? Because here's the truth: it's not the most skilled beginner who gets hired. It's the one who stands out, or it's the one that the client remembers even after the interview or the discovery call. So ngayon, i-breakdown natin exactly kung paano ka mag-i-stand out kahit beginner ka pa lang. Walang fake experience, walang fancy portfolio, and no connections either. Practical steps lang na pwede mong gawin agad. Point number one, stop looking like everyone else. So, number one reason kung bakit hindi ka napapansin ng client is because you look like you look just like everyone else. Like, same message yung sinesend nyo. Like, hi, I am looking for a VA job. I am hardworking, willing to learn, and I can follow instructions easily. So, same approach yung ginagawa nyo, yung generic, boring, and forgettable na approach with clients. Because, let's be real. If you look like everyone else, if you act like everyone else, then you get treated like everyone else. Diba? So, same messages kasi yung sinisend nyo. Like, parehas yung generate sa ChatGPT or Gemini yung cover letter nyo and walang any revisions na ginawa. So definitely you will look like an AI, or it will look like yung message mo is generated by AI, which it's very very easy, or it's very easy nowadays to spot if yung message is generated by AI, especially if gumagamit ka ng AI araw-araw, like gumagamit ka ng ChatGPT or Gemini araw-araw, then you can definitely spot if or you have a feeling if yung message is AI generated. And minsan nga yung iba nakakalimutan pa burahin yung last part ng na sinasabi ng ChatGPT or Gemini na, if you want me to make this better, please let me know. So minsan nasasama pa yun sa cover letter. So the first rule is stop blending in. Now, let's move on to point number 2. Pick a clear position. So, hindi mo agad kailangan magkaroon ng full niche kung hindi mo pa naman talaga hindi ka pa naman talaga fully decided, or hindi mo pa alam kung anong niche yung dapat i-take mo. But instead, you at least need direction, because if you don't have direction, then you get confused and then you don't know where you're going. So instead of saying that I'm a VA who can do anything, you should say maybe I'm a social media VA, or I'm a social media assistant, I'm an admin assistant, or I'm a chat support virtual assistant. Because it doesn't really sound convincing, especially if sinasabi mo sa client mo na you can do anything. It's very very vague. Client expect you to be like specialized on a certain thing, especially if they're looking to solve a very specific problem, which most of the time business owners are. So you need to be you need to have some sort of direction, or some sort of niche, okay? Because pag meron kang clarity, nagbi-build ka ng trust, and if you have trust, then you get attention from clients. So now let's move on to point number 3. Talk like you already understand the problem. So this one is a big one, and like I said kanina, yung mga beginners talk like this, like, hi, I'm a VA, I am willing to learn, I am very very hardworking, and I can follow instructions easily. And sometimes meron din mga BA na pati yung personal life is kinikwento pa sa client, which is very very unprofessional. Wag mo isama yung um personal life mo, especially if interview pa lang or discovery call. Not unless kung yung client mismo yung nag-initiate or nag-ask about that. Meron akong pinanood dati na VA interview. Yung interview na yun is about an Amazon VA na role, and pinost to sa YouTube ng client kasi pinopost niya yung mga VA interviews niya. So merong VA doon na parang nagpapaawa na sabi niya, "Sir, I really really need this job because my parents or my father is requiring dialysis, and we need money to fund him or help fund his medical expenses." So I don't mean to shit on it, or I don't mean to make fun of it, but syempre I empathize with people who have dialysis. My partner personally, yung nanay niya is merong dialysis. Pero if you're mentioning that na hindi naman siya tinanong ng nung client, bali minention niya lang yung about that, and parang naiiyak pa siya nung kinukuwento niya about dun. So parang nagpapaawa na lang yung dating. So dapat i-hire ka ng client dahil naawa sila sa'yo, and not because you're qualified and not because of business needs. So doesn't look professional at all. So talk like you already understand the problem. So marami sa mga business owners is looking to solve a specific problem. So you can talk along the line like this. Like, I understand that understand you need support with managing your customer emails. I can help you with that. I can help reduce the response delays, and I can take care of replying to the customer so you can focus more on what really matters for the business. So, di ba? You see the difference. So if you speak like that, the client will see you as someone who understand business problems. So I just said that on the top of my head. So depende na yun kung ano yung interview mo, and ano yung niche mo na um, pinasukan. So depende na yun kung paano mo ipoposition yung sarili mo or yung wordings mo. Okay. Point number 4, create simple but strong sample work. So hindi mo kailangan ng experience, but you need critical thinking when it comes to this. So if a client requests a trial with you or a sample task, so you should do it, especially ano ka naman, unemployed ka naman and wala ka namang ginagawa sa buong araw, and the sample task like take less than 30 minutes for you to complete it, then I'd say go for it. Pero if the task will take more than an hour, then don't go for it, because mag-ingat kayo, madaming mga scammer na nagpapasample task lang, then after nun hindi na sila magbabayad, or go-ghost na kayo kasi nagawa nyo na yung task. So be careful of that. But for me personally, if merong sample task in less than 30 minutes lang naman matatapos ko na, then I'll just go for it. Okay? And also, meron din mga trial work. So, example, gusto ng client na mag-trial muna kayo for 1 week, then definitely go for that. Mas maganda yung mga paid na mga trial, and most of trials are paid naman. Okay, now let's move on to point number 5. You should personalize everything. So, karamihan kasi ng mga beginner now is they just send copy-paste messages to clients. So, ayun nga, halata na kinopy lang from Gemini or ChatGPT, and mararamdaman ng mga client yun na, or they will notice it pag yung message mo is generated by AI, especially because it's very very generic, boring, and ayun, AI sounding nga. So if you message or talk to client, I would suggest that you personalize it, like you always address them by their first name, and ano you can address your client naman with their first name. So depende sa client kung anong preferred nila, but for me, I haven't seen a client na nag-request na tawagin talagang sir or ma'am. Bale, First name basis lang talaga yung mga trabaho na nakuha ko. Especially, I'm working kasi with Australian client and Australian people doesn't like when you call them sir or mom. We just call each other by first name. Okay, now let's move on to point number six. Speed plus consistency beats talent. So you don't need to be the best virtual assistant. You just need to be consistent. You need to be responsive. You be need to be faster when you apply to postings, and you must be willing to improve always. And most beginners, nagfe-fail sila dahil nag apply lang sila for a few days, tapos pag wala silang nakuhang response within a few days is tumitigil na sila. But yung mga BA na nagiging successful and nagkakaroon talaga ng client is they are the ones who stay longer and be consistent even if they don't get any sort of response. Kasi hindi ka nakakita ng ano ngayon ng progress, pero yung mga ginagawa mong applications, it adds up in the background. Eventually merong client na magre-reach out sa'yo or mag-i-invite for interview. Okay? So now, how do you stand out as a beginner VA? Not by being perfect, not by having experience, but by being clear, being specific, showing proof of effort, and not sounding like everyone else. Because to be honest, in this space, standing out is not about being the best. It's about being the clearest. So you need to have clarity always. Okay, so again, this is socially awkward VA, and peace out. I'll see you guys on the next one.